This morning in the Eagle studio, we have Sam Berg from Glenberg Design Builders with us. Sam, good morning.
Good morning.
And we're excited to have you in. We're excited to talk about Glenberg Design Builders. And one of the things we want to talk about is that new name.
Absolutely. Well, as the community knows, it's probably more as Glenberg Homes and Design. Mm-hmm. Over the past 20 years, we've really made a transition into commercial projects as well. So we're still doing custom homes and design, but we have been doing quite a few commercial projects, and we felt it was about time to get the word out there, people realizing that we do those. So we've changed our name to Glenberg Design Builders, just to communicate design is still very much a part of what we do, but we're doing homes as well as commercial projects.
Right on. And so taking on, focusing on two different things, is there a lot of things in common when it comes to residential stuff and commercial buildings?
You know, a lot of it is very similar. Yeah, building permits, design, planning, but slightly different purpose, right? In custom homes, you're looking at a place to relax and rejuvenate and just to entertain, to do all those sorts of things. In a business, it's usually about how can we maximize profit? How can we put up a building that makes sense for our company, for our customers? It's a little bit of a different focus, but a lot of the elements are the same.
And so one of the things we talked about on the radio was how, when you're building a home, you kind of try to make a place where you feel comfortable, or where, you look forward to going to, and you guys look to do the same thing when it comes to making something commercial, like an office building, something that's exciting and you want to be there.
Absolutely. We believe that going to work should be fun, right? So when you show up at your place, it's nice to feel good about when you drive up, what it looks like, how it feels going in. When you come in, when you sit down, does it feel like you, or does it feel like you're just visiting somewhere, right? It needs to be a part of you, and that's a really big part of what we try to implement in our projects. And
obviously, a project is a huge thing, right? Like, it's a big thing an undertaking, like making a whole building. But you talked about how you guys like to get right down to the nitty gritty and focus on those little details.
Absolutely, yeah. We like to ask all the questions. How does your workflow work in your office or in your home? If it's a home that we're designing, how do you cook? How do you, is it just you in the kitchen, or are there multiple people in the kitchen all the time? Just get into some of those details to help people make sure that it's going to be functional, that it's going to work well for them when they do turn the key and move in.
And as a client or a customer, it's got to be a gratifying feeling, kind of figuring all of that stuff out and finding something that works just for you, custom made.
Absolutely. And I think people don't realize very often how much there is to that, like how much of a thought process and a plan there is. Like you can design spaces, you can design an office X number of square feet to make your desk fit and all that sort of thing, or a bedroom a certain size, but placement of windows, just the direction you're looking when you're sitting in a certain chair, or all of these different things, they need to be an important part of design.
And for you working in design, I know you said you're a project guy. You like to take on these projects. What's your kind of favorite phase of a project? Is it starting it? Is it finishing it? Where do you find the most excitement in your job?
Well, I would say there's a lot of buzz that comes right at the start, just visioning, planning. There's a lot of excitement as to what could this be, right? And then, throughout the project, still exciting to go through it, but really the most exciting time is when that key turns and your client walks in and they see the outcome of all their efforts and their dreams. That's a really, really satisfying time for sure.
Absolutely it is. It's got to be exciting for both of you. And so when somebody comes to Glenberg Design Builders and they want to start a project, or they want to work on a project with you, talk about how that process works. Absolutely.
I mean, the first contact, usually the question that's in the forefront of most people's mind, how much is this going to cost? That's not the only driver, but very often that's a strong one. Our goal is to try to get people to a point where they feel comfortable with where that budget could come in at very early in the process. We feel that if we don't get over that obstacle to begin with, the rest of it's more of a challenge. So if we give people a little bit of an idea as to what their project might cost, it frees them up to start dreaming and for us to start designing.
And one thing that you guys definitely do is you do a project from the beginning to the end, building a brand new building, but there's another part of it where you guys do office renovations and things like that.
Right. Yeah, we've been doing projects anywhere from 1,000 to 5,000 square feet office additions and renovations. We've built some warehouses. We've built some restaurants right from scratch. You know, the McDonald's in Morden is one example. That build came up in 15 weeks from digging to burgers. It was quite a project, quite a rush. A situation where the community of trades and suppliers that we use here, just a real testimony to how hard they can work and how well they can work together with us to make a project come together.
And for you, what's kind of your favorite part about having Glenberg Design Builders and working right here in the Pembina Valley with the folks that live here?
Well, I just find that the attitude and the cooperation of people in this community is really, really great. People really have an attitude of let's work together. And that is always what we communicate to. Like every project that we do is a joint effort between us and our clients. It's not you tell us what we want, what you want, and we'll do it. It's more, let's do this together and let's make sure that this project just knocks it out of the park.
Absolutely. We're excited about all that. And if people do want to get in contact with Glenberg Design Builders and they want to ask some questions, how can they do that?
Best bet would be to hit our new website, glenbergdb.ca. There's a lot of information on there about our housing and our commercial projects that we've been doing. You can give us a call, 325-0004. Would love to connect with you and talk about your dreams and what your goals are. That first visit, as always, is always free, and it doesn't cost anything to chat. We can connect and see where it can go from there.
Well, Sam, it's been fun learning about the design and building world. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks very much.
Hey, I'm Ronnie Gunther. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you have something going on in the community and you want to share it on the morning show, we'd love to have you. Send us an email at news@pembinavalleyonline.com. If you like the video, give it a like and share it with your friends. We'll see you next time.